Today, Department of Pediatrics, Government Medical College, Kozhikode, Pediatric Intensive Care Unit gives a class on ventilator circuits and the humidifier. So in this, I will cover about 3 types of ventilator circuits. This is the Mackey ventilator present in the Pediatric ICU, Government Medical College, Kozhikode. So this is a double heated humidifier circuit. So as I already mentioned, there are 3 types: dual heated or double heated ventilator circuit, circuit with inspiratory limb alone heated, and circuit where there is no heating of the inspiratory or expiratory limbs. First, you should know how to connect the ventilator circuits. So always you should start from the inspiratory end. So in this ventilator, you can see the marking showing the inspiratory end. So always start from the inspiratory end. We have a small segment connecting from this to the humidifier. This is the first connection. Then there is a disposable ventilator humidifier chamber. This is the humidifier chamber that can be slided in by pressing this blue part down. So this can be slided in and out. Keep it properly and add water up to the 2 blue lines in this chamber. So there is a floating red material that will come in between the 2 blue lines. Up to that we should fill sterile water by a connection which is connected to the sterile water bottle. So by operating this lock, we can add enough water as we need. Then the next connection is from the humidifier to the patient. So this is that connection, and there is a short 30 cm segment here. This is the inspiratory limb. So by convention, the inspiratory limb is color coded as blue and the expiratory limb is white. This is a dual heated humidifier ventilator circuit. What does that mean? There is a heating wire going inside the inspiratory limb as well as the expiratory limb. That is meant by dual heated ventilator circuit. So here the humidification occurs mainly from the humidification chamber by heating the base of this humidifier. Water vapor will be produced here and it will be carried through the circuit to the patient. By the time it reaches the patient end, some of the heat will be dissipated and water vapor will condense within the circuit. To avoid this, there is a heated wire. For that, we need a heating cord also. So that I will explain later. So then we have a Y connector here. This is the Y connector which is connected to the closed suction device and the ET tube. From here is the expiratory limb, white colored expiratory limb. It is a continuous one reaching the expiratory end of the Mackey ventilator. There we will connect a virus filter, and this is the expiratory cassette. So this is the circuit connection of Mackey ventilator. Both the limbs are having heated wire. In some ventilator, only the inspiratory limb will be having heated wire and the expiratory limb will have a water trap in it. What is the use of that water trap? Since it is not having a heated wire, we should expect the water vapor to get condensed and that can be collected in the water trap in the circuit. So this is such a ventilator circuit. You can see the water trap. When this gets filled up with water, we have to open the cup and remove the water and again fit it properly. Next I will mention the parts of the humidifier. This is Fisher and Paykel humidifier, which is a new better one than many other humidifiers. So on the lateral side of the humidifier, you can see few codes, that is color coded also. So the upper part is a heating wire. So this code is divided into two. One is having 3 pins and that has to be connected to the inspiratory, the end of inspiratory limb near the humidifier. So in that, by connecting that, we are heating this wire with the help of current. Like that, another cord is going and that is double pin that has to be connected here. That wire heats the heating coil inside the expiratory limb. So this is the code for heating. This yellow border you can see, and that is the color code for heating core. This blue one is a sensor. So the sensor also has two parts. One, it senses the temperature of air near the humidifier, and the other one senses temperature near the patient end. So in this humidifier, we have an on-off switch and another switch here, that is to select whether we are doing invasive ventilation or non-invasive ventilation. There is an emblem. By pressing it for some time, you can change the mode. Now I have changed it into non-invasive ventilation. There is a picture of face mask. In the other one, there is a picture of ET tube. If you press it long, it will change to invasive ventilation, showing that ET tube. So in that, the temperature set will be 37 degree. In non-invasive, it is 34 degree. So the machine itself controls the temperature by the mode we select. So here, 3 temperature measuring points are there. One is at the base of this heating heater. Another one is near the humidifier. Third one is near the patient. So 3 sensors are there, and that will be shown in this picture. So by default, the temperature shown here indicates the temperature of air near the patient end. Now see, the temperature is 18.9. That is not acceptable. We want 37 degree. So with this temperature, usually the alarm will ring and you can just silence the alarm by pressing this button. So this is for silencing the alarm. And to know where is the problem, we can press it long. So this light will blink. So first the temperature shown is near the humidifier. Next temperature shown is near the patient end. So by that we can identify which temperature is low and which part is not working, whether it is the humidifier chamber or the heating coil. So in the troubleshooting, we may get low temperature readings. In that point, always ensure whether these heating cords are properly fixed. Loose contact here causes the heater wire not getting heated up and temperature will get low. So another reason is poor connection or loose connection at this level. So by removing that, there is a wedge here and it should be properly fixed. Then only it will act. Sometimes the wire may get cracked here and loose connection can occur here also. So these are the 3 points where the temperature can get low. Another important point is when we connect this sensor, always make sure that we are measuring temperature of the air. So this sensor is in connection with the lumen of the circuit. Any loose contact with here will result in escape of gas from the circuit and the tidal volume delivered will be very low and the patient will become hypoxic. So these 2 points are very important. So these 2 points should be properly fixed. And if you here you can see a V shape here. So that V shaped part should fix to the V mark here. And for safety, they have given a lock also. That lock also has to be put properly to avoid accidental disconnection of the sensor and very huge leak from the ventilator circuit. One more point, when you connect and keep the circuit with the patient, always make sure that this sensor is in the upper part, not in the dependent part like this. What is the problem if the sensor is in the dependent part? Anyway, some vapor will get condensed and that will form water. It can be collected near the sensor and that sensor will become cool and the temperature shown will be low. The humidifier is a servo control machine, so it will sense that the temperature is low and in response it will heat up the water here. More and more vapor will be produced and more water condensation occur. This occurs in a vicious cycle and the patient circuit will be loaded with water. It can obstruct ventilation. It may cause auto triggering by the ventilator. So this is also an important point. Then when you are keeping the ventilator in the standby mode, always make sure that you switch off the humidifier. Otherwise it will get heated up without the patient being ventilated and the humidifier may get damaged. So near the humidifier, many points of air leak are there. One of the air leak point is this port for entry of sterile water. If the lock is not properly closed, air can escape through that also. In some humidifier, there will be a cap for filling the humidifier with a syringe. That also has to be properly closed. Then if you are using a humidifier with the circuit, you are not supposed to keep this heat moisture exchanger with the patient end. If you keep an HME here, that will get wetted up very easily by the vapor produced from the humidifier chamber and the ventilation will get obstructed. So better to keep the HME at the expiratory end near the expiratory cassette. This is to prevent the infected aerosols being released into the atmosphere as such. So this acts as a virus filter, especially in a COVID patient. So this is about ventilator circuit and humidifier. Thank you.